Damn it. Move it. My friend sent me a good meme.
All right, and we're rolling.
Good morning, Trailblazers. Welcome to the first inaugural podcast.
Good morning.
With Jenna,
Hello.
the muscle mommy.
Yes. How is everybody? We're doing good today. What camera do I look at?
You look at that one.
Okay, hey.
We are so excited to bring the Trail of Champions podcast / YouTube channel. This has been a long time coming, but also kind of a brainchild of both of us in a very quick turn and burn type of way.
Yeah. So bear with us while we, create a little path and evolve. We're excited. I would say, actually, you asked me if I was nervous. Now I am.
What?
Yeah. The camera. I got to get used to it.
Just talk to me. Like, I'm going to talk to you, but every once in a while I'll look at the camera and then we
So keep it here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're just talking to each other.
Okay.
So, on that note, who are we? Who are you?
Well, I am an IFBB pro and Olympian. So I just got off stage a couple of weeks ago for my first Olympia experience. I am a mother of 2, and I am a daughter and a sister. I'm a personal trainer. I'm a posing coach and a lifestyle and prep coach. I prefer to work with amateur and first-time competitors, and I love to see them evolve and grow. But that's a little bit about who I am. I'm looking to own a home next year. So that's super exciting. I can't wait for my kids to just finally be settled in one spot, And I'm looking to, just continue expanding my business and growing with my friends. That's a little bit about me.
I love it. Vanessa, known as That Girl Squats, and I do content creation. I have a digital media agency that I own. A mother, not a sister. I'm the only child. I do have 2 fur babies and a hubby who is in the studio with us today.
Eli.
Woo woo. And I have been running Trail of Champions for the last year and a half, and we were lucky enough to have Miss Jenna join us. And so the Trail of Champions actually started as a posing seminar based community, and I always had bigger thoughts, bigger picture for it, and I wanted it to be a bodybuilding community and a fitness community. So it's not just bodybuilding. We want to welcome everybody in between there, whether you're a couch potato or a CrossFitter or you love Pilates, maybe you're a yoga girly, whatever that is. And so I think that was the perfect reason to start this podcast with you guys, because then we can kind of talk to you guys and talk about our experiences and help you guys and give you guys insights, and then make sure that it's unbiased, if anything, just real thoughts from real women and moving from there, right?
Yeah, just based on our experience, right? Because there's one thing is you can't refute somebody's experience. Mm-hmm. So, I often tell my friends, my clients, what works for me may not work for you, and vice versa. And it doesn't put us on 2 different pedestals. It's just for instance, your body might respond very well to oatmeal, and I get bloated from oatmeal. And it's not doesn't make oatmeal bad, right? It's just not our body's preference. So little things like that. So to talk to the entire community and expand even beyond people that are just interested in learning more about fitness and they don't know where to start or to be inspired, whatever the situation is, I'm excited to be here. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And we are going to, it's going to evolve as we evolve. I always say this to my website clients. As I said, I was a digital media agency, is that this is a living organism, and it's going to evolve as we change. We have very set values and very set morals and things that we have in mind as far as goals, which our goal is always to help. And our goal is to always make you feel wanted and included, because bodybuilding and fitness in general can be a very isolating sport.
Exclusive or excluding people for sure.
Whether or not that's like
The intent.
there's the intent.
Yep.
And then there's also like there's coaches against coaches or teams against teams, or you think it's you versus the other competitor, but that's not the case. It's very empowering whenever you get into it, and you can be better, so you can run better as a human throughout this world. So I think that is something that we want to just kind of...
Absolutely. Well, and it's kind of like you're still going to find that within the community, right? You're still going to, but you kind of need those people. Because, I always say if everybody was like me, it'd be a boring world.
Yeah.
Right? Because there wouldn't be any diversity. So you kind of need to have that contrast of people. And you go, through my evolution, it's kind of like I figured out what I don't want to be like, or what I do want to be like, or I learn from people, and whether I'm learning what not to be or how to act or whatever, it's all a learning experience. So like to have, very like opinionated or assertive, or they're very strong in how they think and what they believe in, that's good to have, because there's other people that are a little bit more timid. So it kind of balances out, and everybody serves their purpose, But I think the biggest thing, like for me, is like just be positive. Like we don't have to be so ugly, man. Like it's so easy to be nasty. I know for me, like it's hard for me to be positive. Like I've had to actually work hard at it, and I still have to do that. So, but I like a challenge.
I think it's so funny that you say that, because I've always found you as a naturally positive person. You could tell. I know whenever I met you, I guess that was something that we were going to talk about, is how we met. So I met Jenna at a posing seminar. So again, ding, ding, ding. We have always been in this community, I guess, and that's how we connected. And I know that that's how other people connect with each other. And I could always tell that you've gone through some shit, but you've always moved so intentionally throughout this world, and you've always exuded positivity to me.
That's awesome. Yeah, because like, I don't know, when I look back at like the younger me, I was more just kind of floating. And then like these past couple of years, I really just took, oh man. I mean, in all honesty, I hit like a really, really dark, low period of my life, and I felt so bad. I got sick of feeling bad. I was so like tired of feeling like crap. And it wasn't like, it was an internal thing. It was like my soul was like just not good. And so a couple years ago, I started really analyzing my life from like a mathematical point of view. Like what was I allowing into my brain, and meaning like what I was listening to, who I was surrounding myself with, the music I was listening to, all sorts of things. And I started to really pay attention to people more closely, not in a way that it was judgment, but in a way that it was this person or this song and these lyrics, were they helping me, or were they really not serving me any good? Because now I'm like, I want to just grow, I want to be like so I just felt so bad years ago that I really started to like get rid of like the, I have nothing against heavy metal, but it was a lot of like death music, and it just wasn't doing me any good. And then I started to do research, and I came across like Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he talks about, how to, turn your thoughts into things, and, listening to things like such like heavy metal, and like it's dark. Not all of it. And this isn't this is like going back to like the oatmeal conversation. Like it doesn't work for me. Yeah. Right. So it just doesn't work for me. And I finally was like, okay, while I was enjoying it, I was like, I have to try something new. And so I allowed myself like to kind of let go of who I was attached to and who I had built myself to be or thought to be. And I allowed myself to like just expand.
Yeah.
Allow the new experiences to flow forward.
Yeah. Well, I think there's two things that I wanted to say in that, is that people don't change unless they have to. So that could be, like you said, you're tired of feeling like shit, so you decide that there's something that needed to shift. So I think that's good. And then there's also, We are not who we were.
Who you were, who you are, and who you will be are three different people. Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely.
And I think that is something so important to remember, because I feel like there's so many people that identify as a certain way for so long, and then they become a prisoner to that. And I think that you can do better.
Yeah.
Like, no shade, but like, you can do a little bit better. You don't have-
Well, okay, so like for instance, like I started coaching and personal training years ago. And I had a client that wanted to train at 4:30 in the morning. And I was like, okay, right?
I'm not a morning person.
I am not a morning person at all. You know, I would sleep into the last, I would snooze, and then I'd be getting up, rushing around, throwing stuff on, going to the gym, like, oh, like, ugh. But the truth is this woman made me better. Because I had to learn, like, I have to become a morning person for her in order to allow her to be pushed and achieve more. So that's that evolution. It's like, I could have told her no, but I was also at a point, like, financially where I needed that. Like, I needed to take her on as a client in order to provide better for my kids. So I guess I had that why to propel me. And then I also, like, looking back on it, I'm like, dang, I'm so thankful that Margie reached out to me. And because now everybody knows, like, I get up at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, I read your message and responded at 3:55 this morning. You know, like, I'm up early now, right? And I love it. And I was always that person who's like, no, I can never get up early. I can never work out early. And it's like, no, it's just who I was choosing to be. I didn't allow myself to build that. But not to, like, I know our ADHD, our combos, but when I first met you, you've always shown yourself to be extremely positive, and you have such a genuine, like, way of interacting with people. I've always felt seen by you. Like, genuinely, like, just, you have just a nurturing calmness to you. And I just immediately felt like I could be, like, open with you, vulnerable, without judgment.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, because some people carry that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes.
And that's okay.
Yes.
I just,
We still love you.
yeah, we do. I love you, but I just know I can't share everything with you, which is okay.
Yeah.
You don't want to share everything with everybody anyways.
Yeah, no. And I think it's so funny. We'll get into it later, I'm sure. But, like, I, like you, have dealt with a lot of mental health issues. I'm not saying that you have mental health issues.
No, I do.
I just have had a very dark past in different ways, but mine has always been more self-deprecating, and I have dealt with a lot of, like, suicidal thoughts in my past, and I have lots of, like, abandonment issues and everything like that. And I was the only child on all four sides because both my parents are remarried, and I have always had this innate feeling and longing for community and wanting to make sure that nobody felt as bad as I did growing up. And because we all have shit. We all have shit, and it's all fucking shitty. And I don't ever want to make somebody else's life harder. And so a lot of people, I know this, like, a lot of people just assume that me being nice is out of, one, people will be like, oh, she's genuine. Or the flip side is, oh, this person wants something from me. And that is definitely not the case. And then they finally realize, oh, no, she's just like that with everybody, isn't she?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, I think the more that you go through, at least with the more that I've gone through, the more compassion and grace I can give people. You know, it's like growing up, I couldn't process that. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, even up until recently, it was like, I would say it's a consistent evolution of becoming more and more self-aware. Mm-hmm. That, you know, I guess cast like, oh, that person's being this way because of this. And now I think, well, I don't really know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people go through their own things. And now I can say, based on my experience and interactions with somebody, it's not somebody I want to involve myself with. Mm-hmm. And it's not out of like a, I'm better. Yeah. It's not like I'm better than you. It's just like, hey, you can be that person, but I need you to be over there because it's going to influence me. And I'm also like kind of naive, and you can mold me. Mm-hmm. And that's my weakness. Mm-hmm. I will become you. But that's actually science. Did you know that?
Yeah.
The more you spend time with people, you will actually, like, your brains share and you will imitate one another. And so I have to, like, pick people very carefully.
Yeah.
Because
I think it's so funny because it just reminds me of so many of our conversations in the middle of the gym, as you're like, just letting you know, like, I hope that didn't come off wrong. I'm like, it didn't. Like, just be yourself. Like, it's fine. Like, I don't actually one, I don't really care. Two, like, in the nicest way, it's like, I am hearing you, I listen to you, but, like, I also am not thinking it so deep into it that, like, oh, Jenna's being malicious, or Jenna's thinking this. I'm like, most of the time I actually agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever actually been a time that I disagree with you on what you've experienced.
Right. Yeah. Well, and the thing is like, I think, I lost my train of thought here, but like being careful because, you say you always want to be seen. Like sometimes I'll say things, like people have told me like, you're very direct. And I'm like, I am direct. And I've had to work on my tone and my delivery, but like my intent is not to break people down.
Yeah.
Like to do it in a way that makes you feel empowered, but like, some, my clients, like bodybuilding is not for the thin-skinned.
No.
And it's like, hey, when people, come to me and it's like, we need to build your glutes or your quads or we need a little bit shoulder cap. It doesn't mean that you're not worthy the way you are. But it's like, if we want to excel in the sport, these are things we have to build upon.
Yeah.
So it's in that regard, like to build upon, not take, does that make sense?
Yeah, no. What I was going to say is bodybuilding is a very subjective sport and you need to constantly improve, and that's the fun part of it. It is also one of the hardest parts about bodybuilding is that you always need to be better. You always need to do better. So if you're a person that never feels like they're good enough, you can take that in a good way or you can take that in a bad way. And if it also depends on like what your actual goal is. Right? Like, do you want to be an elite athlete? If you do, then you got to take these criticisms and run with it. Otherwise, if you just want to get onto stage to like get on stage for one time and spend thousands of dollars to just look pretty for the day, do it. By all means.
Yes.
That's fine.
Yeah. And I have clients that like, that's their bucket list. You know what I mean? And they accept, they're like, I know I'm not going to be, best of the best. They were like, but I just want to do it. And I'm like, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Because either way, it takes a lot of commitment.
Encourage.
Yeah, perseverance. Like you have, every single bodybuilder that I know they go through these waves of regardless, like the self-doubt and, I'm not lean enough or I could be bigger. You have the body dysmorphia regardless of your amateur or pro. Like I have yet to meet a single person that has been like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Like there's always some sense of, ugh.
Yeah.
Like, am I going to make it? So, like, I love those. Like, that's why I try to work with I like the amateurs, like the novices. They're my favorite because I want them to see the good side of this too, and like how you build that, like how to blossom and find your own,
Yeah. You're trying, you like to help them find their innate ability to for grit.
Yes.
Right?
Well, and I wouldn't even say innate.
Yeah, no,
because sometimes like I don't feel like I had that.
Yeah, but it becomes that.
It becomes it with time. Yeah, and that's where you have to just keep pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a 4-beverage girly. You will see me run through all of these beverages.
I love that you have kombucha. I love kombucha.
Do you want to share it?
I wish I could.
Okay.
It's not on my diet.
So something that we needed to talk about very quickly is what is a trail leader and what is a trailblazer, because we will use those words in the future. I don't even know if you know the difference.
No, yeah, let's hear it.
So trail leaders are Jenna and myself, and any
I'm
of
a leader?
Yes, you're a leader. You're a head trail leader. So they are essentially the people that are giving the education or especially at the seminars, there will be other posing coaches that are there for support. So we have Jordan Hutchinson, he is a trail leader. We have Marissa Andrews, who is a trail leader. They don't every trail leader isn't going to be at every single show or every single seminar, but they will filter in depending on how often they can, because I mean, like you're going to be on preps. Like this last year, you couldn't actually do the seminar because you had other things to do. Well, the Republic. I'm getting my shows mixed up.
It's okay. I get them mixed up all the time.
Yeah. So Republic. So we had one around that time, and she just couldn't do that because she was getting ready for the Olympia at that point. So
I was dead.
Yeah. And that's just the way that it is. It's the way that the cookie crumbles. Trailblazers are the people that are on the trail, right? So those are athletes. Those are viewers. Those are enthusiasts of us. So they're essentially like the people that are on the trail to be better. So trail leaders, our goal is to help you guys pave the way to whatever your greatness looks like.
Okay, so it sounds like leaders have a little bit more experience. Blazers are getting their feet wet, or maybe even learning how to, swan dive.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I love my analogies. Everybody knows that.
I love that. What was that? I think, any other questions? Are we going to do any shows? I keep saying shows. Are we going to do any seminars or events in 2025?
2025, yeah, we're still in the works, right? But we're thinking February, kickoff of the start of prep, maybe even a little bit for some athletes that are going to be already maybe 4, 6, 8 weeks into prep. Just to give more people insight and knowledge, and I think one of the big things is now we live in an age of information, and information is endless. It can also get a little bit confusing. So, I will stand by this. Always listen to your coach. Like, your coach has to be, like, there's a hierarchy in my world, and the coach is at the top. So while I might be a posing coach to somebody who has a diet coach, if they come to me and they say, I've had this happen before, like, I'm doing 45 minutes of cardio. Like, what do you think about that? And I'm like, respectfully, I can't comment. Like, that's your coach's job, and your job as an athlete is to trust your coach. So now, like, posing, I don't pose every single person the same. While we have, poses that we have to hit, each body is very different. Somebody might be a little bit bow-legged, or they walk more naturally without crisscrossing their legs. So I don't pose everybody or walk them all the same. It's very independent. But I do think that these seminars can be very useful, but keeping in mind that it's not to supersede your coaches, to use it, it's
a tool.
It's a tool, right? So you want to take, advice, but you don't have to necessarily listen to everything,
unless you feel better. And if you feel more confident, I think that's the biggest thing that you should always consider is every little tool that you use should make you feel better and feel more confident on stage, whatever that looks like to you. So maybe that is you walking a certain way, or you working with a life coach. I don't know. It could be literally anything. So there's that.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to these seminars.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're going to keep growing, and it's not just going to be necessarily posing.
Yeah. Yes, I was going to get to that. So we are going to have, in 2025, we're going to have different types of seminars and then different types of events. So like Friday Flows, we did a couple of them this last year. And so that one is a non-educational event. That one isn't something that is structured. That is just simply somewhere where we meet at a specific place. If you guys want to pose, you guys can pose, but it is not the trail leaders' jobs to pose you, because the trail leaders also need their time to shine and their time to get feedback. So if you are there and you want to watch, you can watch. If you want to participate, you can participate. But that is up to you, and that is up to your decisions for Friday Flows, because that one is where you can really just build that community face to face and start talking to other bodybuilders that are in the same likelihood, because bodybuilders and normal people and normies, I don't know what we can call them in the nicest way. This is a very nice thing that I'm trying to say.
Yeah, well, we're not normal.
Yeah.
We're not.
Yeah, we're not.
It's so abnormal what
Yes.
we do.
Yes, it is. We like to get half naked in front of people and
Eat
get
chicken
on
and rice
stage.
every day. And,
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know if we necessarily like it.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't like being on stage at all. Mm-hmm. You know, chicken and rice gets boring.
Yes.
But dang, those sauces slap.
So the point of bodybuilders and their normal friends that aren't into the bodybuilding community normally, they might look at us a certain way, or they might.
Will he let me pick him up?
Yeah, she will. She's just
looking-
awkward.
She was looking at me like,
She's like, "What are you doing?"
this is butter.
Yes, that's Butter. She's our mascot. So the point of these events are so you can meet other people that won't make you feel weird about bringing food prep or feel weird about you practicing posing or anything like that. And some people will have questions of they're looking for coaches. Who can I actually trust? What are the red flags? That is also what this podcast is for. But you might want to do that kind of stuff in person. So that's Friday Flows. Then there's the posing seminars / workshops that we will be doing, which is where
More educational.
That one will be structured. That one you guys will know who the posing coaches are coming in, or the trail leaders that are coming into those things. So in the past we've had like Daniel Coffeen in them, Jordan Hutchinson, Martin Fitzwater, Alexis Adams, Julia Renee. We've had so many amazing trail leaders come in very early, and so really stoked about that. And then there's going to be the more like lifestyle type, like it's going to be a mixed bag seminar. So that one,
maybe clothing, wellness clinics, or maybe they were with the educational ones as well. But
and then that one, because that one we were talking about, I don't know. Do you want to make the February one that one? Like it's talking more business and mind and business through fitness. And so how to build a personal brand and how to make money within your business. And that one would be held at a studio, like a photo studio. So then you can actually get photos done and everything like that. So just to kind of jumpstart your careers is what that one would be about. And we would have something similar around
I think we'll sit down, look at the schedule and everything. But if I could go back to the flows real quick.
Yeah.
I do know that like I see a lot of people in the gym. Now, granted, I'm at my gym all the time, and I'm getting, like, it's taken me years to become more and more personable. Because I was also going through my own thing where I didn't trust anybody. So I was like really closed off and, to be quite honest, scared of people. So I'm starting to open up more and go through what you were talking about, like having people be seen. And so I'm noticing, or like, I want people to feel that way as well.
Yeah.
So, like, the flows, I think, are also helping the community connect. Because, like, oftentimes we see the same people in the gym, but, like, you don't
know their name.
You don't know their name, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know them, but you don't know them.
Yeah.
And so, like, these flows are allowing us to connect outside of the gym and get to know each other one-on-one, you know? Because oftentimes, like me, when I'm training.
I don't want to talk to nobody.
I'm working and, like, amateur, and this isn't to like be ugly, but a lot of people, like some people don't understand that. And it's not to be nasty, but it's like when I'm in the gym and I'm training, it's like I'm really focused.
Yeah.
You know, especially during prep. But it allows us to
be personable.
Yeah, shake hands, and we're not in that grind mode, and get to know one another where, you know, we know each other by name basis, and we see each other in gym. It's like, what's up, Vanessa? How are you? All right, kill this workout or whatever. And then you get to go on because you've already connected previously and caught up a little bit, you know?
Yes.
So build that community.
Yeah.
Where it's not like all, you know, every man for himself kind of thing.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you. And I'm going to reemphasize, Friday Flows are not for education. It is for fun. That is why it starts with an F. So there's that. But we are about to close this episode out. So this was the very first one. Thank you guys for listening. We're going to be posting, this is TOC Tuesdays, Trail of Champions.
Yeah.
TOC
Thank you
Tuesdays.
guys.
And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. drop any comments that you may have.
Yeah, feedback.
Mhm.
We're all for it.
Yeah. And then we will be doing lives once a month. So make sure you follow us on Instagram. How would they find you on Instagram?
I'm the muscle mommy.
And then I'm That Girl Squats. And in the next episode, we're going to talk post-Olympia thoughts.
Ooh,
Yeah.
can't wait to share.
And don't forget, we're going to be posting information about our upcoming events. So until next time, we'll see you next time.
Stay tuned.